The road to a national championship runs through Happy Valley this weekend as the NCAA Women's Frozen Four arrives at Pagula Arena. The Ohio State Buckeyes, Wisconsin Badgers, Penn State Nittany Lions, and the Northeastern Huskies are all just 2 wins away from lifting the national championship trophy. Welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm Piper Murray, joined by Jenny Karamus and Jenna Wissman. We have 4 of the top programs here in State College this weekend, each bringing a different mix of experience, talent, and momentum into this final week of the season. So guys, the Frozen Four is being played at Pagula Arena this weekend, just here at home. How do you think that's going to be an advantage for Penn State, or do you think maybe the experience these other teams have in this tournament are going to offset that?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a bit of an advantage. I don't think it's like make or break, but I mean, they know the arena. Like, that is going to be their locker room. They know the lighting, they know the path from the locker room to the ice, and they even pass that. They get to sleep in their bed. They don't have to travel. If they have a favorite breakfast spot, they can go eat there. Like, I think it just really helps the comfort level, and they should have the crowd backing them.
Yeah, 100% agree. They get to wake up in the morning. They get to do their usual thing. They get to get their Starbucks iced coffee, head to the rink, walk and go to their locker room, do things their way. It's not going to feel that different. But then I do think about, well, okay, what about Wisconsin? Like, they do get to feel something different, and they get to come in. They know that the stakes are higher. Mm-hmm. That's where I do worry a little bit about Penn State, because they could be thinking, oh, this is just like every other game, even though it's not. So it's going to be really interesting. The fact that the fans will be there showing up in State College. Hockey Valley will be very populated this weekend. So it's going to be great for them, especially because they get to be on home ice.
I think it is important to note the Wisconsin, they're the defending champions. They weren't at home last time. So it's an advantage, but it's not the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah, Penn State is 18-1 at home this season, though. So
that is a big one.
I think it will be definitely an advantage.
Yeah, and kind of jumping off of that point, this is Penn State's very first Final Four, and our first round matchup is against the reigning national champions. So, yes, we have that home ice advantage. We have no experience at this point in the tournament. So how do you think that's going to play out? Do you think Wisconsin's going to have a slam dunk win, or how is that going to go?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is their first time in the Frozen Four, and their last win in the regionals was actually their first win ever in the tournament. They've made it the past 4 years, 4 consecutive, that's all of their appearances. They've only been around for 14 years. They're working their way up, but this is completely new territory for them. Versus Wisconsin, reigning champions. Since 2019, they've won every other championship. Like, this is their turn. Like, they know this tournament very well. I think it's less, though, there's obviously going to be that comfort level. I think it's less about the fact that they have been here so much. I think Wisconsin being such, like, locals with the tournament is more of a testament to the program. I think that's more of what the difference is.
Yeah, and you want to talk, okay, Wisconsin's been here before, the stakes are high, but 3 Penn State players just played in the Milan Winter Olympics. Mm-hmm. The stakes were way higher then, and they were playing against the best of the best in the country. So I think that they are going to have to really work on starting out strong. You've seen it the first period. They are very slow, and that is going to cost them against a team like Wisconsin. But I think that Wisconsin might have a little bit of an advantage, but definitely not something too crazy over Penn State. I mean, they might have been here before, but okay, Penn State's been here before. They play in Pagula Ice Arena. So I don't know.
Yeah, and I completely agree. Like you said, they need to have that strong start. That has kind of been hence why this is their first year winning a game in this tournament. They're not in a very strong conference. They are just heads and shoulders above the rest of their competition.
Hence the 4-peat.
Exactly. So it's like, once they got past UConn, they struggle against the quote-unquote better teams. So I feel like when they proved that they can play against UConn, when they got that good start, I think that was honestly one of the biggest hurdles for them. And like you said, they need to start strong. They can't do what they've been kind of doing in the past, where they take a period or two to get to their game.
Yeah, exactly. And Penn State has really young weapons. You might not be hearing about them as much, but Danica Maynard, for one, she's insane. They have so many people all around talent. They just need to make sure that they execute correctly.
Absolutely. Yeah, and with this being the very first time these 2 teams are facing off this season, it'll be really interesting to see how that game plays out. So moving on, the Northeastern Huskies were the only team to pull off an upset win to make it to the Final Four. How do you think they're going to carry over that momentum to face Ohio State, a complete powerhouse, the number 1 seed in the tournament?
I mean, momentum's momentum, but I feel like Ohio State has a ton of momentum. I mean, they just went and they killed
Quinnipiac?
Quinnipiac, yes. always forget how to pronounce it. But they just went and killed them. So they're going to come in with just as much confidence. Okay, yeah, Northeastern got the win over Minnesota, but both these teams are kind of on highs right now. So it's going to be a real test to see. And I also think that Ohio State just has more overall talent, and I know you talked about it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, quick correction. Ohio State played Yale.
Yes.
Wisconsin.
Ohio State played Yale.
The red confuses me. But both teams still, Ohio State crushed Yale. It really, like we said, first seed. They even actually beat Wisconsin like basically a week ago for that conference championship. I feel like they're really one of the only teams that has challenged Wisconsin this season.
Exactly.
Ohio State, I mean, with names, like, they are just amazing. I feel like there really is no competition for them in Northeastern. Maybe if they get another great goaltending performance, that's really what helped them against Minnesota. They had 45 saves from their sophomore goaltender. That is just insane. But that's going to be very hard to repeat. So I really feel like Ohio State has kind of got that one. I mean, there's a reason it was such a big deal upset when Northeastern won, because they're kind of just not on the same level.
Yeah. And kind of moving forward, you had previously mentioned the Milan Cortina Olympics. Some of these players played together in the Olympics, played against each other in the Olympics. How do you think that's going to impact their dynamics during these games, and how is that going to impact the outcome?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I feel like it can really go one of two ways. They could either be like super great sportsmanship, it could have this awesome camaraderie, or it could just amp the rivalry up that much more to kind of prove it, because like, oh, now I know you, like I need to show you I'm better. I think it makes it a really interesting dynamic. They could maybe have like a little bit of insight onto how they play, and obviously those players are the best on their team, so that could be a big factor.
Yeah, it's just been so fun to watch. Seeing them go from Milan, coming back, when I was watching Tessa and Nicole Hall and Matee Fantine playing in Pagula on the ice, they just looked faster. They just looked more ready. Like, it was an insane difference to me going from the competition where everything's faster in Milan, that, you know, you're competing against the best of the best, and then coming back. I think they have a huge advantage. You know, I do know that Tessa and KK Harvey are extremely close friends, so I think they'll have good camaraderie on the ice. I'm sure we'll see like smiles and hugs. But when it's game time, I've been watching Penn State all season. I've been down by their bench, and they're no joke. They're serious, stone-faced. They do not care if you are their friend. They're going to still play their heart out no matter what. And Penn State can get gritty, so I do expect to see some grittiness.
They absolutely can. And like, to your point of saying how the players from coming back from Milano are just that much better because they've just faced a higher level of competition, their teams had to adapt and play without their best players. So I think just all around, it made everyone a better competitor.
Yeah, and Penn State's one loss at home was when they were missing all of their Olympians.
Yeah, I think that training and that leadership coming back to the team is going to make a big difference just for all of the teams involved. So my final question, who is your pick to take it all?
I am going to have to go with Wisconsin. With like Caroline Harvey, Lila Edwards, like, it is very likely in the PWHL draft, the upcoming one, that they have half of the top gen picks come out from Wisconsin. I just can't bet against them. Even though Ohio got the best of them before, I feel like they're going to come back with that vengeance. I think they're going to repeat.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree, honestly. I'm taking Penn State just because they might not have all the stars on the roster. They might not have everyone that's, you know, in the Olympics. I know Wisconsin has more than they do. But look at Indiana and Miami in the national championship for football and what happened there. Like, Indiana built a crazy team off of 3 stars. Miami had all these 5 stars, 4 stars, and look who won the national championship. So I feel like it's about the way they all work together. And throughout the season, I've noticed, you know, Caitlin Roberts has told me so many times, the bond that these girls have in the locker room is unbeatable. You know, there's people like Maddie Christian. She might not get as much recognition, but she's a beast, and she's so fun to watch. So her, Caitlin Roberts, I'm looking for people that might not be heard as much to step up, and I think that's where there's a difference. Plus, being at home, I think, is an advantage as well. So I'm taking Penn State over Wisconsin. Wisconsin, I don't think they're going to be able to do it again, especially against a team like Penn State. We haven't seen a team as good as the Penn State hockey team in years.
Yeah, I feel like whoever comes out of this upcoming Frozen Four, Wisconsin, Penn State one, I feel like they're going to go all the way. I feel like those two, the 2 and 3, I feel like they're their toughest competition.
No matter what, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a battle for sure.
It will definitely be a battle here this weekend. The NCAA Women's Frozen Four is set for an exciting finish here at Pagula Ice Arena. Now the question is whether the Wisconsin Badgers can hold on to their national title or if another team will skate away as champions. We'll find out soon enough. For Jenny Karamus and Jenna Wissman, I'm Piper Murray. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For more content like this, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, give us a like, and follow our socials down below.
And as always, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
It's definitely going to be a battle. The NCAA Women's Frozen Four is set for an exciting finish here at Pagula Arena. Now the question is whether the Wisconsin Badgers can hold on to their national title or if another team will skate away as champions. We'll find out soon enough. For Jenny Karamus and Jenna Wissman, I'm Piper Murray. Thank you for joining us and have a great night.
You can take the
Fake word.
Let her be. No worries. So, yep, just you guys look at each other, make your point about their points, do the turn, and do the outro. So, on your whenever you're ready, same deal.